fail or both communication fails or both gossip fails, how the process should respond, that you can define. Otherwise, some like emergency control laws of heaters, normal control laws of heaters, how it should be done, whether it is a tail open or training close, those things can be defined. Even VO systems also we are seeing. Whole handling plan, suddenly PLCs switch off both the CPUs, not whether your subsequent conveyance can be tripped or not. Even action implant also. That as a process strategy we should do that. That we can demonstrate as a one disaster recovery. That will be helpful for us. Instead of inviting the things, so we can do that and we know that we are ready, prepared for that. Okay, this may happen, so this is the things to be done. So we should circulate to our team so that they will be prepared. Any shift person, our C&I. Then endpoint management and all, okay. Each is what we discussed is antivirus and all. Hello. Yeah, one best practice is like we are maintaining that a rollback to policy. Something we may be 100% do that, we can go through that. Whatever changes we are doing, we may modifications. But something at the end of the time we may not success 100% every time. So there should be a rollback, a fallback plan. So once you are like a clearance is there, still we are doing this, so we get this upgradation. Suddenly we ask, let us stop, we cannot do further. Immediately we can restore it back. We should have the rollback plan. I think many of the people may be following. Then audits of the quarterly audit better. Then firewalls also definitely we will enough in our OT environment also. At least one or two, not like business firewall, but within the system we may be using firewall. So, who will be managing the firewall, IT or OT? That is again one question. There is a tick box. Sir, IT will be maintaining, like OT will be maintaining. Otherwise, 3 years subscription is there for the firewall. So, the policies, the firewall policies, we don't know. Because sometimes SAP integration also is there. Then who is maintaining the firewall? This is what there will be. Giving the presentation, so they may add on again, they will analyze our cybersecurity portion, what is required and what will be required. Hope they may be covering. So any doubts, anything, just you can approach us. So one thing proudly we can say that data diode in India, thermal power plants, Seil is the first plant implemented for all our 4 years. And the cyber security also 100%. Like many of the things, SCM. How many people are SCM installed? Security Information Event Management System. SIM solution. SIM solution. Do you have the SIM solution? What of our 20 clients who are gathered here? NFC. Which one that is? SolarWinds. Okay, just you are partner to us. We are also SolarWinds. Okay. Then CTD, continuous threat detection. Clarity device is there, anyone is there. There are various domain control, these are the anyone is required. But apart from that, high-end the tools like once you are going for the IT/OT isolation, then it's a data diode is required, and again your entire OT, vulnerability to monitor, again your SIM solution is required. SIM is again equivalent to our SOC solutions, how the IT people are looking at 24/7. There are some teams are there, they are monitoring, alerts are there. Because OT also some alerts will generate, but not like hundreds or thousands of alerts. But as an IT, if you see, it's the enterprise IT. So a number of systems will be connected all across all your finance, and number of data is there. So this is also next single, after SIM again we should have the SOC level. Then again CTD is one good thing we have clarity device. That is like what is called, it's IPS. Intrusion detections, IDS. There are two things are there. One is IDS and other one is IPS. Intrusion detection and intrusion protection. So intrusion means someone will be coming from this door. So that can be protected. Or our OT environment. But there is a protection and detection. Just we'll see that someone has come, okay, he has come. But we are not protecting. So OT, maybe intrusion detection itself it will be helpful. Protection is the next level of thing. So that also we are implemented. So that's what any information, any input required, we are always open as a SCM in the cyber security. So it's a journey. Thanks for patiently listening. So any inputs required, always you can contact us and our team, and anytime we'll be interact with us about you, and we can take your key lessons and whatever. So those things we are happy to share. So we are also learning step by step. Good.
Thank you so much, Madhav sir. I think that was pleasant discussion about a lot of topics that have been covered. And now we move with the technical session number 2. Now with the second technical session is going to start. We have some incredible speakers and our valued vendors who will be the game changers. So may I call upon Dr. Abhishek Goyal Garu, EIP Endro Controls, and the topic will be more than the ash level measurement. So it's right with us. Kindly requesting Dr. Abhishek Goyal ji to please present his presentation. And simultaneously, backside tea and refreshments are ready, so somebody can pick up and basically this is also going and we don't want to keep waiting. So you can pick up your cup of tea and you can just sit it again. Yes, you can actually listen to the entire presentation. And the final today's speakers, once again, I know it's been like a reminder, but please 10 to 12 is the max that you can actually perform. Thank you.
ஒரு minute. टाइम చెప్తాను देखो आज जब लाइट ऑफ हुआ है तो कसो है तब में वो 5 लगता है वही दो जरा अच्छा रखो हाँ भाई प्लग से मैं काटने में चला नहीं, उसे देखता हूँ तब तक 500 लगे सर का ना खड़ी है।
तो दो भी लेते
ऐसा करते हैं
Due to some technical issues, we'll be going ahead with the session 2.
Very good afternoon, sir. Sorry for this last couple of minutes glitch, but I think you got a good tea break because of this. There was no presentation. So while having your tea, I would just like your attention because I attended once. So I have attended I have spoken on stage for almost last 14 years. And today is no different. And while sitting at the back seat, I saw this phenomenon which is there in 90% of the presentations. We have obviously audience which is actually interested in the topic, but post lunch session we do have this happening. And it was true today also. I spotted. I could not say anything, but I did spot this. And then obviously we do have schedules and calls. So my sincere effort would be that this doesn't happen for the next 10 or 12 minutes. And I would require your feedback after this. So with this, let me take you to a jungle. in the jungle, this person, he's a smart man. He's very smart. But he needs a stick, he needs a torch, and he needs a night vision camera or glasses to actually navigate through this jungle. Now what this jungle represents is a power plant. His brain is the PLC, data analysis, all the logics that we have. But what he needs to navigate is instrumentation. He needs that stick, he needs that night vision camera, and he needs that torch. That's how important instrumentation is, and I'm thankful to SEI to organize such an event. So now with this, like EIP basically represent is a 40-year-old company. It was started by my father. I think I might be obstructing the view. So sorry, I love walking on stage. So yeah, Dr. Ravindra Goyal actually started. He's my father. He started the company 40 years ago. He's currently the CEO and MD, and he's been involved in a lot of networking societies. Though he's active in business, but he's a part of ISA, IED, CBS, a lot of automation societies, and he also received the CEO Excellence Award in the year 2018. And this is me, myself, Dr. Abhishek Goyal. I'm a medical graduate by profession from Delhi University, and I did my MBA from ISB Hyderabad. Post that, I joined the business for the past 13 years. That's all I know. It's level measurement. I've solved more than 1,000 level measurement applications, and every Saturday I go to a charity clinic where I see 20-25 patients as a general physician. My younger brother, he's an electronic engineer. He's also part of the business. Our team, which is basically, it was 7 people in 1983, has now a strength of 75 people. And here you can see us UNMD with Dr. Somnath Saha. If someone recognizes, he's the ex-chairman of ISRO. And we are proud to serve ISRO plant, Seil plant with our radar and transmitters for the nitric acid tanks. We received the Make in India Innovation Award from Power Ministry. Shri R.K. Singh was the Power and Renewable Energy Minister at that point of time. In the calendar year 2023-24, we sold about 10,000 radars in a single calendar year, and our business world magazine recognized us with the cover story. We are also one of the first, not one of the first, we are the first indigenous manufacturers of radar and transmitters to have a hard uniform certification. We only have multinational players, but we are the first indigenous company. And we have 4 factories spanning a 20,000 square feet of area, from where we deliver our solutions to our valuable customers who are Maharatna and Navratna companies, and we are privileged to have the opportunity to work with Seil, and I proudly say that Seil is the only power plant I have visited which is managed from end to end with everything. I've seen calibration date stickers in Seil, so that's something that I take pride in also, that we are serving the Seil. And we are serving about power, cement, steel, wherever there is a requirement of level measurement with a global presence. Now, coming back to the topic, I think that was boring, but introduction is necessary. So now, this is a power plant image. It took me 6 AI prompts to generate this image. So I will forward to everyone after the presentation because this is important. It took 6 AI prompts to generate this. I had to write, okay, you miss this, okay, you miss this. So this is something that I generated, and I'll talk about initially about the solid level measurement, wherein I'll talk about the coal bunkers or the coal silos and the fly ash silos. Now over the past 13-14 years, I have been traveling to a lot of power plants, and there is a common phenomenon that I have seen in solid level measurement, which is what you see on the left side is an uneven surface profile, and on the right side you see a lot of dust. There is no solid application where this phenomena does not exist. Now, conventionally, what solution we are using is a single point radar. A single point radar, it's okay if I go over there and just point out, because that's what I like. So, over here you can see it's 20 meters, 21, 18, 16, 17, which is not representative of what exactly the level is inside the silo or per se volume. And this is what gives rise to a phenomena in a plant which is called the operator's paradox. And trust me, the C&I team will relate to it. So what happens is, in a plant, power plant, the operator says, my volume should be around 50%, and the level transmitter is saying, because it is towards the center, it says 8%. And there's a trust gap. Now what happens is, someone goes at the silo top, saying that the instrument is not working, they prove that the instrument is working, but it is not allowed to take the profile, and then there's a dip measurement that is happening. We are in the 21st century, we are talking about AI revolution, machine learning, and they're still doing a dip measurement in power plants and for the coal bunkers and fire silo. This is very sad for me. And then we have this phenomena called as the rat hole and bridging. And obviously, we do have issues like predictive stock maintenance and everything in coal bunkers. Over here, I missed an important point, which is the safety. A lot of times in India, you might have documented that people going at the top of the silo or the bunker have actually got burns because the mill is running or they had a fall. So this is what the situation is in the control room. Now we try to dig deep down into the phenomena why this is actually happening. So we listed down three problems. First is the angle of repose of the material, dust and maintenance. So there are three issues that are there and we try to solve each one of them. So the first issue can be solved easily by measuring at multiple points. So the moment we can measure at multiple points inside a silo or a bunker, we can have a 3D profile of it. Second is we need a solution which works in dust without requiring any air cleaning. And then it becomes a maintenance-free solution. So allow me to introduce you to this technology, which is the world's first 3D level measurement. It operates at 140 gigahertz and plots multiple points on the surface of the material and shows you the average level, maximum level, minimum level, volume and 3D profile. Sir, can I have this video play a little ahead, 2 minutes maybe, a little ahead? No. At the bottom you'll see a packages. Yeah, on the bottom, a little ahead. Yeah, this point. Yes, sir. Okay. You can just click it ahead. So click it at that point. A little ahead, it's a little ahead. Yes. This is perfectly fine. So, sir, a little back. Sorry for that. Okay. So, what is happening is when you have multiple point measurement, you actually can plot the complete contour of the material, and this is what is happening. So, if you correlate this with what is happening with a single beam radar, this is the situation, and with a multi-point radar, you are actually able to plot the contour. This reduces the volume error significantly. And what the operator ends up seeing on the screen is something like this. He sees the complete level, volume, mass, all the 5-point level. This is what the operator sees. Now these are some of the screenshots of the actual installations, what you see on a coal bunker. Imagine a coal bunker with this kind of a profile, or let's say something of this kind of a profile in a coal silo. And it works in dust. So we solved the two problems. We measured at multiple points and we are working in dust. And this is what we went ahead with the technology. Instead of having those 5 points, now we have a 64-beam radar which measures at 64 points inside the silo. So you can see the kind of accuracy that we are achieving with these solutions. These are again some installations where you can see the real-time 64-beam radar in operation. This book is available at an exhibition booth. So if someone wants to dig deep down into solid level measurement, we also have written, co-authored a book which is Seil, which is on the challenges of solid level measurement. It's a completely unbiased book talking only about technology. And I may have a few copies over here in the exhibition booth, so if you want to grab one, or I can send it to you without any costs. So this is the book we have written, and this talks about the 3D technology. This is a case study from a power plant, government power plant in India, where we have installed this 3D solution in 15 or 16 silos, and every day at 10 AM they get an alarm that each silo how much material is there, so that the cement plant gets the feedback directly on their servers that how much cement is available, fly ash is available for them to pick up from each power plant. So this is there. So with the 3D level measurement, we actually have solved the problem. What happens in a coal silo, coal bunker or a fly ash silo. Now in this picture, this AI generated prompt. So now we will talk about the ESP hoppers. So let us just look at the situation, what happens in an ESP hopper right now. We run the ESP evacuation on timer mode. It's running 24 hours. There is a lot of air consumption. There is energy consumption, wear and tear, and maintenance issues. And we've seen a lot of ESPs also collapsing in India. Now imagine what if we have this situation, that evacuation happens only when the hopper is full 80%. It happens only 4 to 5 times a day with a reduced air consumption, reduced energy consumption and reduced wear and tear. What this essentially leads to is power saved, money saved, and power saved is power stored, which is a revenue. So allow me to introduce this technology, which is the world's first ESP hopper continuous level measurement. So this actually allows you to measure continuous level inside an ESP hopper, and it uses the property that fly ash is radioactive. So let's just park this part, that fly ash is radioactive. Now what we do is, we quantify the amount of fly ash based on the number of gamma ions. So amount of fly ash is directly proportional to number of gamma ions. Number of gamma ions is directly proportional to what our sensor is doing. Basically, it is a detector which detects the number of CPS. This CPS is directly correlated to the analog output, and hence quantity of fly ash is directly proportional to 4 to 20 milliamps. This is another important feature of this device is it is mounted outside the hopper. So you don't need any cutout or any invasive procedure inside the DSP hopper. So it's a truly non-invasive continuous level measurement. Now let me show you some installation images. You see over here, this is installed outside the cladding of the DSP hopper, again outside, and you get a continuous level measurement of the DCSP. These are few videos to show that the CPS levels are actually increasing continuously when the fly ash is filling inside the DSP hopper. This image is very important. This is what happens in the power plant. So if you see these intervals are same. When these intervals are same, you can see the amount of fly ash accumulated inside hopper is different in the same intervals. This is what the operator knows but cannot know without the continuous level measurement. So every 4-hour interval he had 40% sometimes 70%, sometimes 80%. So this is what confuses him that when should he run the ESP hopper evacuation, and that is what this sensor allows you to do. And this happens not because of any sensor or any problem. This happens because of the property of coal, moisture in the coal, daytime you are running, the load of the plant. So a lot of factors determine how much ash is accumulated inside the hopper in a particular given period of time. Now this is about the continuous level measurement. But I'm sure all of you over here might have used our EIP RF level switches. On the right side of the image is what you see as the level switches that were conventional. We went ahead and digitalized the existing RF level switches, wherein we now have a digital signal numeric value through which we can configure the level switch using the push button keypad. And I'll just, because of the interest of time, I'll just list down the salient features. It is there at our exhibition booth. I can detail it more about how it works. But it just allows for an easy calibration. Unskilled person, anyone can calibrate it, configure it. It can detect build-ups inside the ESP hopper, build-up on the probe. It doesn't allow any tampering to happen. It actually lets you know if there's a damage to coaxial cable, and it also tells you if there's a damage to the probe or not. So this level switch has a lot of diagnostic and prognostic features. So our recommendation generally is, which NTPC and other plants in India are also deploying, that for the first 3 fields of ESP hopper they are using NOGS sensors, and for the other fields digital RF level switches. So this is the solution for the ESP hopper. And trust me, this dance is not just indication on the screen. It's actually what happens if you run your ESP hopper like this and you save money, and that saved money is for the revenue. Now again this AI prompt because the topic change. So this signifies the topic change means the product change. So this is my last product of the day. So this is about slurry. So these days utilization of ash slurry is less because we sell those dry ash to cement plants and all. But yes, a lot of places we do have HCSD system where slurry is there, and we need density measurement because density is essential so that there is optimal amount of water in the pipeline, so that there is no choking or there is no excess water in the line which allows for a wastage of water. So we need a particular density, and the conventional solution is Coriolis density meter. Now the problem with Coriolis density meter that is conventionally used is the electrodes in the slurry get damaged, eroded very often. So it's not used. So what is the gold standard? The gold standard for HCSD system ash slurry density measurement is nucleonic density meters, and they use a particular source which is the cesium 137 or cobalt 60. Just remember these values. This is the radioactivity 1.5 gigavector and 40 MCI. This is the kind of radioactivity. With this radioactivity, there are a lot of AERB restrictions. There are NOC, RSO requirement. There are lots and lots of every 6-month reporting. So what we did was we maintained the gold standard, but we introduced two sources, sodium 22 and europium 152. If you look at these values, it was 1.5 gigavector. Here it is 0.9 megavector, and it was 30 or 40 MCI. It is 0.026 MCI. 1 by 1000. because it is so safe, so less radioactivity, so we don't have any ARP restrictions, no RSO requirement, no NOCs, no half-yearly code. So it's just like any other product for your slurry density, and you can use it, you can throw it, it's not a radiation hazard. Even if it was there on stage here, no one would have any problem with that source. So this is just talking about the stochastic exposure. Because I'm a doctor, I got an access to this from a radiology book. And this is the dose rate limitations, like when cancer epidemiology happens. So this is just to show that if this device was kept in this room, this hall for 1 year and we all were sitting over here, this radiation source would not cause harm to any one of us. So it's safe. So this brings me to the end of the presentation. I don't know if I was within time or not, except for the glitch in the starting. Because sir was worried I had 70 or 80 slides, so he was worried that I may consume maybe 30 or 40 minutes. But not to do so. So I have one or two sayings last 1 minute. So if I go back in time to the year 2000, the value of coal and value of fly ash maybe was very less. Right now, 2026, coal is the next gold, something like this. So coal and fly ash have their own value. So what we say is when the value of the material changes, soul of the measurement has to change, and that means the instrumentation has to change, has to be more accurate, has to be more reliable, has to be more efficient. And because I am just pre-Gen Z, so we are influenced by Steve Jobs. So he said something about new technology. He says the overall point is that new technology will not replace the old technology, but it will put a date to it. By definition, eventually there will be a replacement. It's like when black and white TVs were replaced and color TVs came out, people eventually decided whether or not the new technology was worth the investment. So with this, I come to the end of my presentation, and I hope I did not bore you much, or you could attend my presentation. Thank you so much once again, CIL. Once again, sorry for the starting glitch because of the laptop issue, but yes, sir, helped me well with the presentation. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Dr. Abhishek Goyal, VIP and Video Controls. Thank you. I think it was short and sweet. Thank you. And next we move on with another incredible speaker, Mr. V.A. Karthik Garu from NGPS Station 2. And the topic will be OT Cyber Security. Can we have him onto the stage, please?
Good afternoon, everyone. I am Jagan Purushottam. Joining me is Mr. V.A. Karthik, who is my colleague. We are coming from NLC Tamil Nadu Power Limited, which is a subsidiary of NLC India Limited, a joint venture between NLC India Limited and Tamil Nadu Power Generation Corporation. So we will be presenting on the cybersecurity posture of OT in a critical infrastructure. Sir was also telling previously that the line between IT and OT is changing day by day. So this is due to digital transformation, modernization, and various remote monitoring systems and remote technical support services. So safeguarding our OT infrastructure is not just a technical objective now. It is it's a critical requirement for the national grid stability and safety also. So we'll start with our presentation. So we have divided our presentation into 8 core concepts. First we'll start with grounding ourselves with the Indian regulatory framework. Then we'll move on to the core architectural defenses with domain controller, network segmentation, and CM and log management. Then my colleague Mr. Karthik will take over and discuss the various active defenses like IDS and IPS, centralized antivirus and patching, and modernization strategies like OPC, UA, and Windows migration. And we'll end with the key takeaways. So coming to Indian regulatory framework, like sir was saying, there are three government bodies. First is the CERT-IN, which is the Computer Emergency Response Team, which provides 24/7 technical assistance. It is the first technical respondent for our operations. So it mandates two important things. One, that is it requires log detection for a minimum of 180 days and mandatory cyber incident reporting within 6-hour window. Next is NCI-PC, that is National Critical Information Infrastructure Protection Center. So we are in power sector, so mostly it is termed as critical information infrastructure. So not just power, we have energy, banking, health, transport, etc. So it mandates risk assessments and security audits for the critical information infrastructure. The third one is CSIRT, that is Computer Security Incident Response Team, which acts as an extended arm of CERT-IN under the Ministry of Power, and it is a more specialized body, and it coordinates incident responses across utilities. So the first one we discuss is domain controller in OT environments. Now here you can see a typical architecture of OT domain controller, active directory domain controller. In this we can achieve these four objectives. First is the centralized authentication. We all know the main vulnerability with OT, main vulnerability with the legacy systems was that the passwords for various operations, like operator, admin, was the same for all the systems. So that would be given to us by the OEM and commissioning, and it has still remained the same in many companies. If we know this. So second, with this domain controller concept, we can have a centralized authentication system wherein the password, each user will have a password and they can log in. And this helps in accountability of whatever changes has been needed and who has made it. And we can also take care of group policy, like we can enforce USB lockdown or software restrictions. And privileged access management is like you can give time limited access, like if some auditor is coming and he needs access to our system, so we can give a time limited or just in time access. And apart from that, we can have a centralized event logs for audit and compliance. The next is network segmentation. So what we do is we segment the networks in such a way that the OT and IT part do not directly communicate with each other. So if you look at these levels, so the level 0, 1 and 2 form the control network that has the field devices and process control. Then up to level 3 we have the OT. Then level 4 to 5 is the enterprise network. This actually follows the Purdue reference model, which states that there should be a DMZ, industrial demilitarized zone, so that there is no direct connection or transmission of data between the IT, that is the enterprise network here, and the OT. So why we need to segment? So if there is a breach in the IT network, it shouldn't travel laterally and affect the OT systems also. So as per certain guidance, separate OT IT networks, there should be no direct interconnection. And all network connections should be documented and reviewed. So same security information and event management. Like in the previous slide, I had said that certain mandates that we should we should store our logs for a period of 180, at least minimum period of 180 days. So because of to to do this, we have many softwares available in the market, CM software. So in this, if you see Elastic and Vaso, these two are like freewares and are helpful in legacy OT systems also, which are totally air-gapped and are not connected to internet. Now, any logging, be it the alarm or events log in RPCS, any log needs to be filtered. There shouldn't be a flooding of logs. So for that, we can use baseline and whitelist, as in normal OT we have to whitelist known good IPs and services, and event filtering at source, apply Windows event forwarding filters, aggregation and deduplication. Duplicate logs may be deduplicated. Tiered alerting, use severity tiers, critical, immediate or high, and threat intelligence tuning. Apart from this, Windows System software also can be used, which gives these key event IDs, which can be also logged through this same software. Now I'll hand over the stage to Kashif.
Good evening, everyone. My name is Karthik. I will continue from here. So, next up in improving our cyber security posture of OT network is to add an IDS and IPS in our network. So, think of IDS and IPS like an antivirus for your network. So IDS and IPS has a defined signature pattern. So when there is a cross-site scripting, SQL injection, and other vulnerability, IDS and IPS can detect it. The difference between IDS and IPS is IDS only detects and IPS prevents, blocks the backend or blocks the connection. So we can have a physical, it is better to have a physical IDS device. A lot of vendors are there in market. TX1 is a reputed vendor for IDS. All these IDS logs are sent to a dedicated virtual machine or physical device. There you can monitor these logs. And IPS, it is better to have with the firewall. So commonly used FortiGate as an IPS. So these IDS and IPS should be used when in the borderline of the network, like when there is a third-party connectivity, we are using OPC or when it is connected to IT network, there this IDS and IPS should come. Where our DCS internal network is connected to the external network. So it is good to have OT protocol. These Modbus, Ethernet, OPC, all protocols we are using. It is good that this IDS device supports OT signatures. So next part is centralized antivirus management. So why centralize this? So we will be having around 50 to 60 nodes in our network. So we can't update each and everything manually. So centralized antivirus, these are some of the vendors. We are using Symantec. So there will be a centralized manager and each and every node there will be antivirus client installed. So only you need to put the offline update file in the manager, so it will update the clients automatically. In this centralized antivirus management, it is better to exclude our DCS and PLC directories. So like there will be specific directories from which the project will run. It is better to exclude those from real-time scanning so that our HM applications will not crash. So and then it is good to have test systems in our network, like 2 or 3 engineering systems. We can first deploy the updates and then let it run for 2-3 days, and then if there is no issue, then we can update the entire system. The same applies for domain policies also. Suppose we are creating a new GPO, it is better to first create a test group containing 2-3 engineering sessions and then deploy that, and then once after 2-3 years no issue comes, then we can deploy the entire network. And Windows updates. So most of our OT networks are offline; they are not connected to internet. So there we can have a look at these strategies to keep the systems updated. So WSUS is Microsoft's own Windows update server. So we can have one virtual machine. Inside domain control system we can have a VM. There we can install WSUS, and we need to create a policy so that all the nodes in the network fetch the updates from this WSUS. So there is if you search in Google for Microsoft Update Catalog, there is a website. There you can search your Windows version, you can download offline updates, and then there is an input tool PowerShell script for this. The PowerShell script you need to execute in that WSUS, and then the MSU files will be imported as updates. And then once you go to the nodes and then you give a click update button, if it is properly configured, updates will be fetched from this centralized WSUS system. Other two SCCM and PTK deploy are third-party software solutions. They have a much more lifecycle management or other things, but it's good to start with what is free and Microsoft's own WSUS. So next is migration to OPC UA. So most of us will be having OPC direct access DA. So the problem with the OPC DA is the client and the server needs to have a same login. So once we are moving to domain controller and domain logins, it is not possible to have a co-learning system and our main plant control system in the same domain. So once we are going out of domain, that the OPC DA will not work. Also, the decom configuration is a nightmare actually. We cannot get it right the first time. And then decom is a very old protocol. Back in 2000 it was designed there. So it is not very secure. So the alternative is OPC UA, Unified Architecture. It is cross-platform, and the certificate-based authentication is there between the server and the client. And you need to open only one port in the firewall. Any one port of your choice, commonly 4840. You can open and then the communication will happen. NCC and other software as it has native OPC UA client support. And next step is migrating to Windows LTSC versions. So we purchase a new PC in the market, normally it will be Pro version or Home version. So in industry, we need to use this LTSC versions. LTSC is long time service channel. So it has minimum 5-year guaranteed support plus additional 5 years. 10 years support is there for this LTSC. Even this Windows 10 LTSC versions, if you look, first version was released in 2015, second was 2016, 19. 2021, and then in 2024 it was Windows 11. So up to 2021 IoT, Windows 10 is there. If you go for LTSC 2024, it is Windows 11 actually. Many OEMs will not support this, but all of them are supporting LTSC 2021. So what we can do is we can buy hardware either from OEM, or if you are buying through separate party, we can buy this Windows 10 LTSC license separately and install it. This LTSC version is much more stable than the Pro version. There will not be any bloatware, there will not be Cortana and other things. So, and then this guaranteed support for 10 years. As per the CA guidelines, whenever the manufacturer or OEM stops the support for the OS, we should migrate it to the supported versions only. So as of now, up to 2032, this Windows 10 LTSC is supported. We have our co-learning system in 2015 version, Ash handling in 2019, and then other systems in 2021. So we are also thinking to move to 2021 altogether. So And then the number one threat vector in the OT air gap system is this USB. As the morning sir said, Stuxnet, there were Ukraine power grid attacks, everything has happened to this USB. So based on your organization, you can have some controls in place. It's not like some report is needed, somebody goes there and inserts a USB, you can copy the report from DCS. It should not be the case. If you have a domain controller in your network, you can block the USB access through policy. Or it is good to have a dedicated Linux machine, offline Linux machine, as a USB scanning kiosk. First insert the thumb drive in the Linux machine, then you format it fully, and then you copy the data from DCS to IT system, and then before inserting to DCS HMI server, you can format it in the dedicated scanning kiosk. And then there are Honeywell Secure Media Exchange, like some software is also available. And then use some standard practice in place like SOP or registers for monitoring what kind of media device is used. And some strategies also given. And then what are the challenges we face in air gap OT networks? So once we go for this IDS, IPS and antivirus, patching, regular update, everything should be there, or all the systems are offline. So periodic updating is required. That is why it is good to have at one point update, antivirus, centralized antivirus, Windows update, centralized Windows update. If you have it, it's easy for us to update. At least every month we should update antivirus definition. Every quarter we should update OS security updates. And then this IDS, IPS also, every quarter we can update. And then this threat intelligence sharing. Suppose if you use first there was a SCM tool called Wazoo. If you use that, there are threat intelligence feeds. So which IP reputation is bad, which domain is bad, like that. So those are called threat intelligence feeds. So that we need to download it offline and then upload using some tools available. So these are the main challenges of the air gap system. And then this is endpoint hardening. So basic whatever each node, whatever the hardening is required, it is mentioned there. I'll share the presentation, you can go through it. For each and everything, we need to create, if it is a centralized domain control based system, we can create a GPU object for each and everything, like disable SMB1. Disable SMB1 or principal. If IPv6 is not used, you can disable autoplay like that, and set the BIOS password. And many other small things are given for hardening each and every node in our network. Physical security. Our control room and other things should be monitored through CCTV surveillance, and then layered physical access should be there, biometric or fingerprint. Physical access should be there. We can use the MAC binding as warning sensor, and then unused ports can be shut down. Some of the ideas have been given there. We can go through. And incident response. We need to have a CCMP, Cyber Crisis Management Plan, as per the CEA guidelines, recent guidelines. So, proper incident response comes when we have proper tools and techniques in place. So, the main part of once we report some incident to the agencies, they'll ask the logs. Suppose if you don't have the logs, there is no point in incident response. So we need to have a proper incident response plan. So some of the steps I outlined here: prepare, detect, contain, eradicate, recover. First, prepare SOP, and then detection phase. Whether SCM has detected the event, or whether it is from IDS log or any asset as operator reported. Then we need to contain the infection to the minimum possible extent. Most of the time, after everything is spread, only we'll get the alert itself. So for that, we need to have a proper backup in place. Once all the systems are affected with some malware or antivirus, we should have a proper immutable backup so that the backup itself is not affected. And then recovery, and then a reporting case. So for proper incident response, again we need to have all this, whatever you have from first we have said, all these tools and techniques should be in place. And then once the DCS system or network hangs, so how to safely shut down the unit, the SOP should also be there. And then backup and disaster. Logics, HMI graphics, storing data, and then engineering workstation complete OS image. So it will be easy for us to restore. So it's better to have one EWS, one OWS, one storage, full image backup, saved in a network as storage. And then this network as storage also we can have a redundant one, preferably in some other physical location. And then there is something called snapshot replication. In your network data storage, if you use a ButterFS, BRFS, ButterFS file system or the ZFS file system, you can create a snapshot. The snapshot is read-only snapshot. That snapshot can be replicated to another NAS device so that most of us have NAS in our DCS network. Suppose if the DCS has affected with ransomware, the NAS backup will also be affected. So to avoid that, we can have immutable snapshot. The most important part is training. So most of the cyber incidents occur due to operator not having proper training. And then especially the C&I engineers who are looking after this OT cyber security should have minimum Windows Server administration training and network basics training. So without that, it is impossible to manage these systems. And then whatever contractor, third party vendor they are having in a site, some basic cyber security briefing should be given to them, what to do and what not to do. So we have come to the end. Just I'll summarize what we have gone through. The first step is a domain controller. Think of extending the domain controller to auxiliaries also. Normally we have all the cyber security in our main plant and the co-running and nationaling will be left to God. So it should not be the case. Think of extending the domain controller to other auxiliary plants also. Have a segmentation in your network. So it should not be a flat network. There should be a firewall between each plant, like co-running or nationaling. If there is a communication, there should be a firewall. And then when you are connecting to IT, we should have IDS and IPS. Install SCM tools and Sysmon. Sysmon is a tool by sysinternals, Microsoft's own tool. There are some standard event IDs in the previous slides which can be monitored.
thank you. It was so for me to thank you, Jagan Garu and Karthik Garu. May I now call upon Mr. Abhay Thorge. So, Schneider Electric. So, the topic will be secure control systems. So, may I request you to please take up the presentation.
That's about it.
There are certain things what people think is the cyber security, what we think, what ISIS thinks, what certain things. So I want to just summarize that. I am not going to talk about the solution here, but I want to give the certain use cases, what we have done, where we have implemented, and how that journey started, and how they went for that implementation. So I'm very conscious about time also, so I will not run through every slide, but definitely important slide. So I just keep this, but anyway, definitely Schneider has a mission, and we believe that cyber security is the important pillar for securing the system. We are in energy management, we are in industrial automation, where secured system is very important for the giving. That's what our mission is very clear here.
Sorry for the inconvenience of there is some kind of a technical issue in terms of the reward, so we're getting it rectified. And ladies and gentlemen, after the technical session is completed, we have a Q&A session. And after that, yes, whenever the entire Q&A session is also being done, then we are just bringing out to our accommodations and we are back to the gala dinner sharp at 8 o'clock. So that's going to be purely entertainment, no kind of, presentations, nothing in frame. So after you get back and, you just relax and get back to the gala dinner, that networking and, cocktail coupled with dinner will be happening. So there will be few artists who will be, in live will be entertaining us. So probably requesting you to please join 8 or much later than that if you feel it, but we would expect you to be by 8 so that maybe morning for a sec was hectic. So evening I think we can actually kick it off and can have the entertainment part. So yes.
We are back. What we believe is the cybersecurity is not a one-time risk assessment or just implement the solution. It's a life cycle and it has to be managed in that fashion only. Otherwise, your posture will be, you feel that you are secure, but at one point there is an attack and then you will scratch your head why this has happened. That's what the life cycle is very important. I'll give you one example. Since you are in power industry and it's from the power plant, when the attack has happened, they have spent money on firewall and it was not at all configured. It's not that management has not spent the money, but it was not been properly configured and till the attack has happened, nobody was aware of that. And this is the real life certain examples we are talking about. And that's what the life cycle is very important. So life cycle starts with the security consulting, because I had seen that some people here was talking about firewall as a cyber security. Seil has implemented complete stack of cyber security. Some of my friends were talking about cyber security in the pieces, but what is that? Okay, so the consultancy is one of that. How we are going to make it secure, that consultancy. Then design and implementation. Then there are certain managed services to be done, and the maintenance and the training. This is the complete life cycle, has to be managed and periodically reviewed for the better posture. So I will not read through that. Okay. So what is a cyber security strategy? Okay. So I am referring again Seil is they also have a pride of cyber security implementation along with us, as we are the one of the OEM for them. And our journey started with the assessment. You can see that executive buying. So Mr. Madhano and his team, we started that journey with the executive buying that yes, cyber security is very important. Before the guideline came, this company was ready to come on board. So executive buying, then assessment and the posture visibility. Definitely, assessment is important because what are your vulnerabilities? It goes through the 8 pillars, and that's what we normally goes through the complete vulnerability assessment of that particular site. And then where they stand, and then the cyber security program development. What against that vulnerability, how we are mitigating that, and how we are making budgeting for that. Once that is done, then the technical quick wins. Because not only everything we can do in the one stage. So how we can, project-wise, we can implement that. And then comes implementation, design, and then maintenance, and the optimization. These are the cycles we expect to be done as a part of cybersecurity. So there will be always question where to start. Okay, so we can start from define and access. You can start from the design and implement, and you can start from operate and maintain. So there is no standard starting point. Based on your company's need and where you stand as a vulnerability as a company, you can start. But there is always better to start from the define and access. This is what we believe that. Okay. Now, I'll not read through the complete portfolio what we do, but what we do is the services, solution and recurring. This was what the standard offered to their customers. Okay, so I'll just speak this because time. Okay. So this is a very important slide I want to take it. Okay. So this gives the complete cyber risk journey. Okay. So because when we spend money or when we say the return on investment, what we are achieving. So here we are achieving the cyber risk, how this is getting reduced as we go along the journey. This is what the company did. Okay. So assess and advise where we have a highest risk and we don't know where we stand. That's what it has the highest risk. And then once we have a plan and then we got a design, there is a various stages, network security, malware protection, system hardening. We have listened throughout the various presentations. But this is where the risk is getting down. Now let's consider you made a proper assessment, you have advice, but you don't have a team who can implement the way it is expected as per IC. Then your risk is not reduced. You understand that, right? So implementation is the prime important thing in the cybersecurity risk reduction journey. And this is where it has get reduced. And once you reach to certain stage, that risk to be maintained. And that baseline risk has to be documented properly. And I think Mr. Madhav also when he was speaking, he said that. They reach to certain stage and now they are maintaining. So you can see they are maintain, detect, monitor and respond. This is where you have to maintain your risk as an organization. If you are getting reduced on that portion, that's very good. But this baseline has to be defined as an organization. That's what the whole slide is looking at. And unless you define that properly, I think everywhere you have that in mind that where I stand as a cybersecurity. Because this journey has to be mapped with your management. I will not read through this, but definitely defense in depth is the what we propose to all the customers. Then the basis for any network segmentation or architecture development is the Purdue model, which is like a 0 to level 5. And when we create the architecture or we do the network segmentation, we follow this. Now comes IC 62443. So IC 62443 has a 78 clauses and sub-clauses. Okay. Now it is once you read that, it's very difficult to comprehend sometimes. So what we did was we tried to create certain sections: permit, protect, detect, respond. Okay. And under permit, there are in the previous presentation also people have mentioned domain control. Under what section it is mentioned? So AAA, authentication, authorization, accounting, then multi-factor authentication, network segmentation, physical layer. Once you achieve these 5-6 sections, definitely you are achieving the permit section of IC 62443. Then comes the protect. So endpoint protection, whitelisting, centralized patch management, then you are protect. Then comes the detect, SIM, NMS, asset identification, anomaly detection, then the response. You have a backup and disaster recovery that is available. That means you are covering permit, protect, detect and response, all this. Now you might have heard SL1, SL2, SL3. So this SL1, SL2, SL3, my organization is compliant to SL2 of IC 62443. So what are the components covered under that? This is very important. So when you have a permit and protect implemented and you have a response like a backup, then you are definitely SL1 achieved. When we introduce certain detection methods, then you are reaching to SL2. And the SL3 is at the one step more. So these are the things we should be talking when we are implementing your cyber posture. That's what I want to highlight here. Okay? So this is what we recommend to that, and this is end-to-end cyber security for power plants in India based on IC 62443. This is our global slide. That's what I can say that. So this particular company, and this is nothing but the Seil here. So they went for this complete implementation: permit, protect, detect, and respond. So these are the in the presentation also they have seen that. Okay, so they went through that journey and they followed this IC 62443 structure, and they are very well say that now they are protected as a SL2 compliant system. So this is how they achieve. Okay. Similarly, this is one of the NTPC. Some people are made from NTPC also. NTPC also followed the similar norm, and they also went through this protect, permit, protect, detect, and respond, and they went for the SL2 solution. Okay. So we are not alone in this journey. Schneider works with various partners. So you can see listed here. I will not read you. Clarity, OWL, Nozomi, McAfee 14.8, Valex. So these are the various companies who supports, who gives the solution. We integrate them based on the customer need, customer's preferences, and this is how we work. So thank you, and I hope I'm taking the time. We'll have a question later on.
Once again, I thank Mr. Ameshi. Thank you. I think it was fantastic. And now we call upon another intelligent speaker. We have Mr. Chiranjeevi Garu and Shivaram Garu from Seil OS team, and the topic would be Seil digital tools. So, can you have him to proceed with the presentation?
Good evening all. This is myself Chiranjeevi from Seil and Connect. I am from Performance Monitoring Department. Here is my colleague Mr. Shivaram from C&I Department. We are going to discuss about Seil digital tools. That is digital tools which are used in our power plant, on regular basis or as and when required. These are the 7 digital tools we are using in our plant. First digital tool we are using is online DSM monitoring and advisory dashboard. DSM means deviation settlement mechanism. I think all are here from our plant. Deviation settlement mechanism, this is used to control the grid frequency. So this is the dashboard which is available in our control room, CSR control room. This will be monitored 24/7 in a large LVS screen. The features of this screen is, this dashboard is, here the schedule generation, here what in red color mark I shown here. The schedule generation is directly fetched from SRLDC portal. This will be updated automatically every 5 minutes. Then it will give advisory to the CCR operator for that particular block whether the load could be over-inject or under-inject. So for that we have advisory here. You can see here in bottom red color line. There it is suggesting that for upcoming blocks and current block whether the load has to under-inject or over-inject. The next one is live RTM and track schedule update. That means nowadays RTM real-time market. This will be updated 1 hour before the schedule. Whereas trash, that is tertiary reserve ancillary services. This is also nowadays, last 3-4 months almost, every power plant is getting this trash schedule. This will be updated just 12 minutes before the schedule, before the current law. That also will be automatically updated in the software directly from SRND's portal. Then, in this, one more feature is the dynamic reference rate. This reference rate is calculated for over-injection and under-injection preference. For that, this dynamic reference rate will be calculated in the software itself. It will give the solution for megawatt injection. Then last, for after completion of every shift and every day, it will send automatic report and it will trigger an email to the concerned teams. This is about DSM. Next digital tool is live monitoring of unit performance. This is the performance dashboard what we have in our control room. This is also monitored by in our main CCR. Here we can see the live monitoring of your turbine heat rate, boiler efficiency, net heat rate, loss heat rate, everything can be monitored from here. It will be refreshed in every 1 minute. Then we can see here, in turbine side, we can see controllable losses and uncontrollable losses. It will divide, the controllable losses means it will be controlled by operator. It has some operator can control for certain level. Whereas uncontrollable losses which are not in the hand of control room operator. Then dynamic target setting, that means here you see actual value and target value. The target will change based on the load. If the load changes, the target will change and will show that how much operator has to maintain will show. Then even the boiler losses also we are calculating there. Every day we are updating the core input to that software so that boiler losses will be calculated on that particular day of that particular core. Then this is also having the automatic report generation and triggering made to the respective fields. Then live APC monitoring analytics tool. This is the dashboard which is available. This is also looking after by CCRO. In this APC monitoring, we have connected 580 energy meters to this software. This is all 11 kV and 3.3 kV equipments and incomers are connected to this software. So this live everything by this software we can see live monitoring of BTG, DOP, everything we can see here. The APC percentage. Then we can easily identify the high power consuming area. Suppose if unit 1 and unit 2 is running same load, if particular unit 1 suppose you can say every is loading more. So you can easily identify why it is loading more and we can take action immediately. Then bifurcation of system/equipment wise APC. That means we have connected all the 11 kV and 3.3 kV equipments. So we can easily bifurcate that. Suppose if you want to know fan system maybe how much fan power, all fans power consumes how much, or HP or ash handling power, ash handling system how much it is taking, or cool handling system how much it is taking, we can easily bifurcate. Then here also we have, based on history data, we prepared the dynamic target. So whenever load changes, accordingly the target also will change. Accordingly the ECS operator will see and maintain the megawatt rate. Then this is also having the facility for automatic report generation in every shift and every day to the concerned. Then we have one more tool called coal quality impact prediction model for Seil models. This we will call it as a VISTA. This tool is used for prediction of boiler behavior before firing the coal. That means whenever we want to procure a new coal from new mines, first we will check that coal in the software. The software will give following things. First, this is exclusively this model developed for our Seil boilers. It can capability to evaluate across the world. Any code it can evaluate. So in this, before filing that code, we will come to know the efficiency of that particular boiler. Then slagging and cooling prediction also we can come to know whether it is high or low. And also we will come to know the zone-wise flue gas temperature, maximum and minimum values, how much it may go in the full load, that also we will come to know. Then SOx, NOx emission and prediction also will be available. Next one which is having our Seil, DCS, Data Historian and Analytics Platform. We can call it as Data Pro. This is the Data Pro dashboard. From each unit, we have connected around 900 DCS tracks to the software. In this software, we made dashboard as like DCS. That means even from remote also, we will see that how the DCS parameters are running. Then we incorporated GHG emissions calculations also in this software. Then it has remote monitoring. This software is accessible anywhere in the company network. So anywhere from anywhere, even from our home also in company network we can see this parameter. Then the easy export data to Excel. That means even 1 or 2 years back data also we can easily export to the Excel and we will do the analysis. This tool especially we will use for performance monitoring of any particular time. If you want to download the data, we will download and we will check the given performance. Next, coal volume measurement using drone technology. This is also we have. These are the images we have taken from the drone. So Seil we have 6 coal yards, which are almost storage capacity of 7,20,000 tons. So by using this drone, we will take the total yard pictures. It will almost we will take 700 pictures one time. And we will put it in a software for stitching and processing. After that, the coal volume will be calculated by selecting the coal, which coal heap we want to take the volume, that particular heap we will select and it will give automatically the volume. So in that previously, if we want to do same capacity, same coal with manually, it will take a lot of time. But with this drone technology, we can finish within 20 to 30 minutes. That's the full complete yards of the we can check, which reduces the manual measurement also. Then even if we want to measure particular shift-wise measurement also, we can, it is possible to measure with our drone. Then last digital system is digital field and DCS log. So we have digital field and desk log, field and DCS log books. For parameter entry. These are the pictures. Okay. This is this log books have been developed in by our internal 2019 itself. In this data, whatever data they are entering into this log books can be accessed anywhere from our company network easily. Then, especially for field parameters, it is very difficult to see the variation of the, whenever any problem comes, it is very difficult to track where the problem comes. But by entering this field parameters also into the software, it is very easy to trend the parameters. With that, we will come to know exactly what point the problem started. So, with that, we reduce the number of logbooks also. So, we reduce our calculation to the atmosphere. Then we have upcoming digital project. We are planning for upcoming digital project. We are planning for online digital water quantity monitoring. Then online gross calorific value monitoring. Plants and performance monitoring, which are not available presently. Then condenser and cooling tower performance. Then coal yard management. After this, these are the digital tools which are available in our plant. But for these digital tools, how the data is coming securely from DCS and from energy measures will be explained by my colleague, Mr. Shivaram.
experience on the possible research right now is cyber components like SIM, CTD, and EQO. Okay. Thank you, Chiranjeev. You are very well explained about all the digital tools. So apart from that, I am going to explain about how we are transfer the data from OT to IT. That part I will explain. See, left side. In left side there is OT network. In OT network there is a AWS server and OWS OPC servers. What the main purpose of these AWS stations? The stands for engineering stations. The engineering stations or OWS as the stations are collect the data from field devices and then after controlling to the operational data. From operational data, how they transfer to the south firewall. From south firewall, data in between we have placed one DMZ, that is transferred demineralized zone. Why have we have put this? This is to mitigating of the risk level of the external attacks. For that we have placed the DMZ. From GMZ to we have transferred the data to data layer. Okay, so we are discussed about the data layer. Now 2 sections we are discussing about data layer. So maximum the people say there is a unidirectional data flow. So there is no bidirectional, and this is sends the data to one-way communication, and external we can't be able to give the commands to the data layer. So main is the beauty of data layer is no one reconfigured and no one edited. So in external hackers, they are highly impossible to give the commands to the data layer, and they are unable to steal the data, or they are unable to do anything in the data layer. So that's why we have placed the data layer. As of my knowledge, in India, the first time we have commissioned with the help of the Schneider Electric and our HOD Mother Sir take the challenges into 2021 is in place of data layer there is a firewall. That firewall having the software and hardware. Then we are removed and we are placed in data layer. In data layer, with the help of the Schneider team. So the data layer we are very once you place this data layer, you got major strengthening of our cyber security components, and this equipment is reflect to our company resilience and the innovations to and you met the cyber compliance of ICS and ISO 27001. And next. So next, once data is crossed from the data layer, there is in right side there is IT network. From IT network there is a multi-layer of the firewalls. One is north firewall. The data is transferred to the north firewall. North firewall is connected to the one-way node. Then after it is connected to the business firewall. The business firewall is connected to the one-way server. Okay. Why we have placed this IT network multi-layers? This is monitoring of the traffic and threats and as per the installed policy in the firewalls. So next, the business firewall is connected to the one-way server. In that one-way server is distributing the main two. One is the ETA Pro and another one is EMS server. So from EMS server and ETA Pro is already explained by our colleagues Chiranjeev. Okay. So coming to the the secure architecture scheme is we have segregation of the network between IT and OT, and next unidirectional platform by using of the data layer, and next we have used the multi layers of the cyber security firewalls, and next the architecture overall the both operational continuity and to meet the compliance of ISO 27001 and ICS. Thank you.
I would like to say thanks to my HOD Malala sir for your guidance, sir. Your guidance and confidence this event happened, sir. So this event will be very valuable, sir, for the learning of and collaboration with our end users and OEMs. Thank you, sir.
Yes, my special thanks to Mr. Shirinjiri Gadu and Shivram Gadu, and may I now call upon Mr. Aditya S. Kanikar Gadu from Forbes Marshall, AI-enabled predictive maintenance for rotating acid, CMS, and optimizing thermal power plant efficiency through SWS. So, yes, over to you.
A very good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Respected delegates of the dais, I am Pawan Saurabh from Forbes Marshall. We are 80 years old engineering manufacturing company in the field of control instrumentation and steam engineering. We operate on solution-led lifecycle driven solutions and not just product sales. We focus on customer needs and gaps in uptime and efficiency. Today we will be basically covering three packages. One is cells, dust monitors, gas analyzers, and coal wheel analyzers for safety. Then we will be covering steam and water analysis system by Aditya Connect, SAMS by Prasad Lale, and vibration monitoring system by Pawan. So in the upcoming slides, our colleague Prasad will be going through. Kindly.
Thank you, Pawan. So, hi, good evening everyone. So, we are at the end of the presentation session. So, we will brief you about the Forbes Marshall product range, and I'm going to take you to the continuous emission monitoring system. So, we have in a continuous emission monitoring system, we are going to cover a couple of topics like products and some of the safety instruments for the coal wheel analyzers, and some of the analyzers that is going to be helpful for the conversion control measurement. So this is the typical illustration of the thermal power plant, as you can see over here. The Forbes Marshall Corel offers the product range. If I'm going to start from the stack side, because we have to follow the guideline of the CPCB, that is from the June 2018. So for the following of the guideline, you need to measure the CO SOx NOx components at the stack side. So we can provide you the CO SOx NOx measurement by providing the in-situ gas analyzer technology. Also, looking at this illustration, that you come to know about that we have a solution for the FGD inlet, FGD outlet as well. And just to check the performance of the ESP, we do recommend the power plants to install the opacity monitoring system, will also be helpful to the entire C&I team. And for the conversion control, measurement of the CO at the APH inlet along with the oxygen analyzer will definitely give you the added advantages by tuning your boiler in such a way that to maximize the efficiency. So this slide is nothing but about the offering the Forbes Marshall Corel products for the continuous emission monitoring system. As you can see here, so this is the typical stack illustration. So in-situ gas analyzer is for the measurement of the CO, SO2 NOx parameter along with the CO2 and H2O. Then we have the opacity monitoring system, which works on a dual beam transmissometer. We have almost more than 2,000 plus installations in India and close to the 1,000 installations across the global. And of course, we have a VCM 510 in a product basket to calculate the velocity of the flue gases in meter per second. And the part of the Eversense 4.0, my colleague will explain in the last session of this presentation.
So this is the beautiful product that I am talking about, in situ gas analyzer. The working principle is it works on an infrared absorption gas filter correlation technique. It comes with the 3 different sizes, 1 meter, 1.8 meter, 2.3 meter, and recently the design team also come up with the solution for the smaller stack. We can give the 1.5 meter probe as well. Also, as I said before, that just to follow the guideline of the CPCB, June 2018, the gas analyzer needs to be their reading needs to be with the normalization. So having the process parameters different for the different industries or the different power plants, this particular product comes with the built-in PT and TT measurement, which gives you the ultimately reading in mg per normalized meter cube. So that this is the added advantage as compared to the other competitors, that you are getting the readings in a ppm, mg per normalized meter cube and mg per meter cube as well. Then the very good product in post-martial products like the opacity monitoring system, DCM21008. Some of them might have know about this product. And earlier we have the DCM21XX. So this one is the upgraded model of the 21XX. Earlier comes with the 3 pneumatic panels, and this one comes with only a single pneumatic panel. These all the instruments that I am showing here that falls under the category of SEMS, those are the freely mounted and can be a fit and forward product. Comes with IP66 rated. You just need to install the thermostat and take it out to all 420 and RS4 readings, connect it to the controller, add the DCS, and from the DCS also you can send the data to your CPCB connectivity. As I said, this product comes with the reliability, accuracy is 0.2%. And again, the beautiful part here is the built-in fail-safe shutter, as you can see over there, as highlighted in the grey part. And there is one added advantage with this product is keypad interactivity. You can give the manual input of putting the pressure and the temperature value, so that you will get the readings in the normalized values. The next product in my basket is the velocity flow monitoring system. This is nothing but the flow meter of the gases. It works on the IR principle, IR detector principles. So there is no source. These directly installed on a stack 1 meter apart from each other, and we are just calculating the phase shift between detector 1 and detector 2. So there is a phase shift between these two, and it's directly proportional to your velocity of the measurement. And for a mass calculation, as you know, we have the formula, mass concentration in mg per meter cube, and of course the area, you know that gas velocity also you know that. So you can put it in and the formula basis. So you will get you will come to know about the mass concentration, mass flow in meter per seconds. Now I want to take you to the safety of the analyzers, like coal mill safety and the coal mill inlet outlet safety or coal bunker safety. So you know that this is the pulverization process. You guys are from the thermal power plant, so you know better than us. But you know that the coal is not safe for every industry. Like we are mixing the coal with the existing Indian coal, so their GFC values are different, their compositions are different, their process parameters are different. So during this grinding process, some of the coal particles can catch a fire because of this CO. Because you know that the CO is having the highly combustible properties. CO is colorless, CO is odorless as well. So to measure the CO for the coal bunker, coal mill inlet side will definitely give you the added advantages of precaution measurement. So to detect the early detection of the CO, we have these two technologies based on the CO measurement with the electrochemical cell and CO measurement with the IR cell. Of course, at that location you have to measure the O2 as well. So Energy Tech 201 category and Energy Tech 203 category will give you the reading of measurement of CO with the help of the IR technology and measurement of O2 with the help of zirconia sensor. So these two are like fit and forward product. As you can see over here, you can mount it on a coal mill inlet outlet. You can also put it on a coal bunker side, and also you can put it on a silo side, just to detection of the early CO ranges. These are the illustration. This is the real picture that I captured in the morning. Like this, you can see over this the internal assembly of the panel, And the beauty of this product is comes with the flush mounted probe. So there is no probe that goes into the process plant. This is flush mounted probe so that there is absolutely zero condensation or there is no ingress here. And it also comes with the blowback purging facility, which means the controller itself uses a reading of after every settable time that you need to perform the blowback. So there is a settable time. The only two requirement we require here is the continuously air plant air instrument here, and the second is the power supply at the mounting location. Now I want to take you to the next part of this science category is the combustion control. You know that the combustion means nothing but the burning of the fuel. So there also we have this product range. So these are the three conditions of the combustion control. Combustion is directly proportional to your efficiency of the boiler. And the boiler, which means you are giving a coal. Coal is again your fuel. So to optimize the boiler in such a way that to achieve the perfect combustion condition. So what is the perfect combustion condition? Which means that your CO percentage value or CO value is close to the 200-150 ppm, and your oxygen is close to the 0.5 to 2% ppm, 2% of the value. If it is a greater, then there are two conditions. One is the excess air conditions, and if it is a low, then there is a reducing atmosphere condition. These two conditions are highly dangerous. Excess air, as you know, you are giving extra air, which means it is directly proportional to the heat loss and the production of the NOx value. And if it is your value of the O2 is less than the 0.5%, then these three conditions may occur, like loss of fuel, plant corrosion, ESP food for the explosion, and the pollution, because CO is a toxic gases. So these are the benefits of having or the installation of these CO monitoring at the APX inlet. So first, you can control your NOx emission by controlling the excess air. You can control your CO emissions by highly accuracy measurement by using our in-situ gas analyzer, and reduction of the CO2 by evaluating your fuel is burning. So if you could save say 3 to 5% of the entire conversion, the ultimate cost of that particular product is or payback is less than only 1 week, I would say. So these are the benefits that falls under the category of the sense. I would like to call Mr. Aditya for the taking over the SWAS system.
Thank you, Prasad. So my name is Aditya, and I am going to take you through steam and water cycle chemistry aspects. As today we discussed at the inaugural session that flexible operation is going to be future for any thermal power plant. Till date, most of the Indian thermal power plants are base load operation plants, and when you are going for a flexible operation, there are going to be a lot of challenges. Actually, we started working with NTPC long back, around 7 years back, when they were also talking about this flexible operation and what kind of changes they need to implement in their major. So, as you all know, Central Electricity Authority also given instructions to all Indian thermal power plants that you need to prepare your plant for 40% technical minimum load. And that's why that is going to affect a lot of aspects in terms of how you are controlling overall plant, which also has one impact on steam and water cycle chemistry also. So when I talk about steam and water cycle chemistry aspect, I can categorize flexible operation into 3 parts. First is a startup or ramp-up cycles where you will go through temperature and pressure changes. And when you go through these changes, there is a lot of impact in terms of corrosion rates, in terms of oxidation, and a lot of other issues related to corrosion. So all these kind of issues you need to tackle when you go for frequent start-stop cycles. At the same time, when you operate plant or cyclic operation or cyclic load, you are going for a lot of changes in pressures. You have sliding pressure boilers, a lot of other aspects. Also, your control actions in terms of dosing control, blowdown controls, everything has to be synced with this response of change in pressure and flow rates. And that's why all going to add additional challenges for operation teams in daily life. Apart from that, shutdown and preservation of boiler is also going to play key role, because preservation or shutdown during operation doesn't stop corrosion. In fact, corrosion can be become a bigger issue if you are not preserved boiler properly during long shutdown. And that's why it can lead to a lot of other issues, and that also costs huge. As during inaugural session also we were discussing about, you need to understand what will be impact on the life of the critical equipment like boiler and turbine, and change in this operation regime from base load to cyclic operation is definitely going to impact on the life of the plant and life of the boiler and turbine. So from steam and water cycle chemistry perspective, there is going to be impact on the two aspects. One will be a deposition related problem, and that can reduce thermal efficiency. Just 0.5 mm deposit of the scale can reduce thermal efficiency by 4 to 5%, which is a huge loss of thermal efficiency. And also you all aware that most of the steam turbine manufacturers deem their warranty guarantee with the purity of the steam parameters, and that's why this is also very critical. At the same time, corrosion also plays key role. Corrosion will lead to a lot of boiler tube failures. If you take 40 to 50% of boiler tube failure related issues are responsible for outages, force outages in thermal power plants. So most of the force outages in core units are mainly because of boiler tube leakages. So it is one of the biggest challenge for any operator's life, and that can be avoided only by monitoring and controlling water chemistry throughout its life cycle. And that's why entire cycle, when you talk about SWAS package, actually you are getting samples from entire steam and water cycle, right from condensate, feed water section, boiler sections, various parts. If you are supercritical boiler, then from separators, separators, heaters. And that's why this actually can give you a complete picture of the plant, how it is well operated. So whether you are monitoring complete cycle and how you are maintaining purity across the cycle. So what we have in general is we have steam water analysis system, and you can split it into 3 or 4 main sections. First is the primary cooling, which has to be very effective to ensure that sample is cooled down to required temperature before giving to online analyzer. And any compromise on this sample cooling will lead to a lot of issues. Also, in many large power plants, you also have secondary cooling using chilled water, so chilled water cooling also plays a key role. And third part comes where you are doing actual analysis of the sample. So this whole sample analysis actually works as a chain. If you don't extract sample properly, it will lead to issues with the sample conditioning. If you don't condition sample properly, it will lead to issues with analysis. And if your analysis is not accurate, obviously your control actions or whatever action your team is taking will not be accurate. And that's why we need to have very precise pressure, temperature control in sampling system to ensure your analyzers work properly. I know most of you are instrument team members, so you will see analyzer is a very critical aspect. But 90% of analyzer problems will start from improper mechanical, improper conditioning, improper isolation, improper pressure reduction. Because your analyzers are not designed for high pressure and high temperature. And that's why sample conditioning, though it's a mechanical part, it becomes the instrumentation team's responsibility that we need to ensure that all sampling parts are well maintained, well controlled, so that you get a reliable sample, very controlled sample to your analyzer, and whatever analysis you are doing, which is actually PPT or PPT level, is going in. So all these components of sampling system will be manufactured in-house. Also, one most critical part of a sampling system is a sample cooling. Because sample cooling is not proper, it will damage each and every part downstream. That's why a sample cooler has to be selected properly, their material selection should be properly, and accordingly we need to go ahead.
Now,
What we are working together with NTPC, we are working on some additional measurement for their flexible operations, starting with gas capacity conductivity. Already installed more than 120 gas capacity conductivity measurements across the NTPC. We are also largest exporter of this steam and water analysis system packages, and most of the gas-based combined cycle power plant overseas, where we are supplying our systems, are also going for this measurement. This is very, very critical measurement when you want to start your plant quickly, because as you know, there are guidelines like your cation conductivity level for steam has to be under control before admission of steam into your steam turbine, and that can be actually expedited by using degas catalyst. Similarly, dissolved hydrogen is coming out as a good measurement for corrosion, active corrosion measurement, and we working on the pilot studies with NTPC for their 500, 660 megawatt and 800 megawatt plant. We already completed those studies and they incorporated this change in their 800 megawatt specification. So all 800 megawatt plants will come with hydrogen measurement in their condensate and feed water. Apart from that, most critical measurement from your turbine warranty and guarantee point of view becomes silica and sodium measurement. This has to be very robust and reliable, and that robustness and reliability comes from easy operation. It should be very easy to operate, so we work very closely with Switzerland to monitor these two critical parameters, and we're proud to say that we came across very good response from the users, because this is very, very user friendly and very easy to maintain equipment. There are no proprietary chemicals, it's open chemistry, and that's why it's very, very easy to maintain also for any operator, very easy to calibrate also. Now I would like to hand over my session to my colleague Praveen, who will take you through vibration monitoring system. So, in vibration monitoring system, you already know we are supplying Shinkawa based vibration monitoring, AX670 vibration monitoring system for your turbo machinery. These are very, very high-end vibration monitoring system, actually going for very critical machines like turbine, boiler feed pump, cooling water pumps, and condensate extraction pumps. And these are actually linked with your protection system, where you have a trips, and every safety trips are linked with these controls. Also, along with this system, we can actually supply very good software to predict and diagnose your vibration signals and do detailed analysis of the vibration signal and give you actually predictable output. So a lot of our new requirements of 800 megawatts plants are coming with not only for just monitoring and protection system. So we are going beyond, and we are going with the BBUS software where we can give you prediction of faults and issues with your bearings and your misalignments and everything. But maybe Praveen will take you into what we can do as a visualization for your semi-critical machines, where right now most of the semi-critical machines are left without any monitoring. So we are going for just vibration.
Okay. Hi everyone, myself Praveen Kaur. I think it's after 6 p.m. Some places like looking like a normal alert alarm. So don't worry, this session is very short, but practically I will explain. So everything is in Shinkawa, online condition monitoring critical rotary machines with our Shinkawa solution, and balance plant of the rotary machine 40 to 50% from fan motors. This is a MacPulse technology. So today's morning session, Srinivas sir told everyone. So electrical department, mechanical department, some problem is coming. Then electrical department is told this is a mechanical problem. Mechanical department, so some plan. So electrical problem. Sometimes this is a good frame, then operation problem. So this solution, MacPulse solution, is the best solution for the three departments. Useful for the three department and one patient. So I will explain. So next slide. So this is the latest technology in the maintenance. So in single sensor, in our mind 4 to 5 years back, so vibration sensor in our mind just values. So amplitude value or spectrum or something mechanical problem, yeah, misalignment, something like that. But this is the latest. So this is a single sensor, 4-in-1 sensor. Single sensor wirelessly monitor the current, speed, vibration and temperature. Single vibration, wireless monitoring. This is the sensor. So this is our sensor architecture. So I think this is a sensor wirelessly mount on the pump, and this is a Bluetooth sensor, IP69 sensor. And we are seeing these two technologies. There are some Bluetooth and Wi-Fi. So next new technology is coming the wire pass. So some limitation to Bluetooth 2 to 3 meter. Some Wi-Fi is some limitations for the routers 15 to 20 meter. But this sensor data transfer to 50 meter circular data transfer to gateway. So this is the architecture. So this is the pump installed on the wireless sensor, no any cable. So this is the data transmission, this is the gateway. So this is the beauty of the gateway. In this previously, if any plant internet challenges, so some disconnect the internet for 4 days, 5 days or something 1 day. So data will be stored in the gateway and automatically own memory flash and save to the cloud. This technology is the in gateway. After this gateway to this is the smart detection. So you see the web dashboard possible. Android or iOS app is also possible, available in Another one is this is the, if you not see the dashboard, if you not see the mobile, this sensor automatically prescriptive report your motor non-drive will lose, please type this code. This writing directly message to your mobile also or email also. This sensor just AI and ML anomaly detection, and our expert validate this problem and inform to and send to report to your team. This is the complete architecture of the sensor. So this is the wireless architecture for this sensor to gateway and gateway to the dashboard. But this every sensor has a repeater. Every sensor send to the data 5 meter and sensor to gateway, this is a 50 meter sensor. So this is the sensor and this is the dashboard. I will short explain these features. So this is a true wireless system. This is a triaxial accelerometer and RPM, current and bearing temperature monitor. This is a battery life 5 years. This sensor battery life 5 years. And wireless communication, mesh network feature, data buffering, alarm wake up function. Some plant this data configuration 1 hour, 2 hour, 4 hour, 5 hour, 6 hour. Between 1 hour or 2 hour, any problem in the machine or any spike is coming, automatically inform to some department. So an email ID, persons and mobile SMS possible. Any abnormality is coming, they are automatically informed to machine. So machine fault analysis. So I will just solve it. In our plant, some motor side or mechanical side. So electrical or mechanical side. In our motor, inside the rotor bar crack, rotor bar loop, air gap, any one problem. This is a minor level electrical problem sensor identified. Another, this is a mechanical unbalance, looseness or lack of lubrication, over lubrication. I think 720 machine learning inbuilt in the sensor automatically identify and inform to your team. So machine like prediction. I think currently no any future, just this machine 100 days, this machine 120 days go to there. So this is the machine like prediction. Monitor the 11 parameter and inform to you this motor lack of lubrication only 34 days running. After you greasing, they recalculate the machine life and inform to you 120 days. This is the increase the life. So this sensor, some misalignment is there in your pump application, blower application, then automatically calculate this is the life prediction. So this life prediction function is available. Also alarm management. So if your plant night something 12 p.m. or 1 p.m. is some alarm, some impact is in your machine, then automatically some impact stored in the software. So alarm management is there. and asset health condition. So nowadays, every smartwatch health score is one feature is there. So same machine. Lots of maintenance people are asking me, Praveen, we are not seeing the spectrum, we are not seeing the time waveform, just only single value. This is the asset health indication. So just 100 to 0. This below 40 machine, I think below 40 just health score, then this machine before 30 days failure because of the high risk. So this is the health score related asset health condition. And this sensor attacks zone 0 and IP69, means dust and water check proof. This is the sensor. So this is the dashboard. I think you asset summary machine, just how many machines in alert zone, alarm zone or normal zone. So automatically see. So this software is possible for the AI and machine learning because of today morning session I think one historical trend or something like that. So this software, three features is available. So one is the manual data put in the software. Second is the ISO 108.106. This chart is automatically on the machine. And third is the baseline. If any plant, not all plant machines in under ISO 108.6 because of some operational behavior, just installation type, this operation is a 4.8 or 4.9. But every machine not in the ISO, but this software is capable for after 15 days, after 13 days and after 60 days, this is a machine learning automatically set the baseline. This software is baseline, so 3 limits is possible. Another one, this is a prescriptive report. Directly software prepare the report if your machine alignment problem, unbalanced problem, lubrication problem, electrical motor related problem or inside this motor cap bearing loose problem. So that type of called identification. Last point is software just point. After 1 year, if you ask me, Praveen, January to December, how many faults are coming or how many bearing replacement, alignment or bearing something structure gold roughness or tightness, something like that. This software 1 year, 2 years, some all history will be available in this software and single download and print. So this last point is remain useful life. I will explain. So all 11 monitoring parameter and inform to you. So this is the 82 days or this is the there will be days mentioned. So our sensor installation photos, just your presentation purpose. So this is the pump, this is the triaxial sensor, and just yellow mark, yellow circle, here is the sensor installation. So this is the case in the power plant. My last slide is there. So this is a chronic case, I think 10,000 fan. In the only 1 or 2 fan, this case study, this is chronic problem will become. So this every fan, after 45 to 60 days failure. In the captive 3 power plant, every fan 45 to 60 days, after 45 to 60 days failure. This low vibration below 1 mm per second. Vibration below 1 mm per second. But after 45 to 60 days. Some vendors are coming, alignment is required, so bearing problem, bearing is replaced. Everything is 3 times shaft replaced, bearing replaced, alignment is done, balancing done, but no problem is resolved. So here customer just blue line, water drop on the plumber valve because of the temperature, but problem not resolved. So this MacPulse technology sensor installed. And after 15 days, sensor detection electrical floating problem. We are informed to customer and this sensor automatically send to the report, sir, your plumber lock electric current pass in the vehicle. So this is the cuttability photos. So there are the washboard line on the bearing after the cutting this, and there will be noise is possible. Inside the bearing, in this software, noise also available because of the maintenance validation purpose. Just clickable is possible. No problem. So here noise is possible inside the bearing cut problem, bearing loose problem, or electrical pulling problem. We are here bearing noise also possible. Okay. So thank you everyone. I think just 6:20. It's okay. So thank you so much.
Hello. So I don't have any presentations here. So just a big round of applause for yourself. Just clap for yourself. Presenters were there since morning. They have presented their case studies. And not only this, I hope that such events should get conducted down the line so that new technologies can be implemented. And just for information, we are not only instrumentation company, we are a solution provider. And whatever we are showing, we are also on IT/OT platform which you are talking. We are also now coming on this platform. So kindly consider us. Hopefully we will meet soon. If you have any queries, we are at booth number 5 and 6. You can come down and if you can discuss further. Thank you.
Thank you so much, entire team of folks for being here. Thank you. And yes, it's all high time that we have our Q&A session. Kindly requesting our speakers to please ask the question posed by our beloved participants. So, yes, the first question.
The first question is from Stephen Miller, sir. So, Stephen Miller, sir, to BTL. The topic is on what basis 60 for 1 second is decided for omitting this bill.
I will take the question. So in the process itself, the flaring temperature will not rise more than 16 degrees per second. Unless any blast occurs or any fire explosion, the process will not rise above 16 degrees per second through the process temperature. So this happens only when the cable connection, loose connection happens or some measurement error occurs, then only it can happen. So in trend, we have observed that within 1 second, 60 degrees, more than 60 degrees rise is there. So we have taken the actual rate of rise of this temperature. If it is more than 16 degrees, then we are going to bypass the temperature protection and we will force it to safe alarm condition so that maintenance people can access it and rectify the solution.
So is there any standard written number regarding this temperature rise? Because we kept as 10 degrees. So is there any standard written somewhere?
No, it is not standard, it is not there. 16 degrees by referring to the trend, in our trend. If it is more than 16 degrees, then only we will, because in C&I system, it will be scanning every time it will be scanning for milliseconds.
That is fine, sir. My point is on, is there any examples that you have seen a temperature rise of 16 degrees per second in
Yeah, if you see, in field also, if you make the loose connection, it will go to 30 degrees per second or 40 degrees, sometimes 16 degrees.
No, real case I'm talking.
Yeah,
in real case, the actual temperature has been raised to 16 degrees in a second.
Actually, in process.
In process.
In process, it cannot rise. That is why we have taken that as an advantage. To detect it's a measurement error, measurement problem.
But in that case, actually, even spurious will be ignored in your 16 degree settings. So that is my point actually.
No, spurious will not, it will be actual spurious during only spurious condition only the temperature will rise more than.
No, our intention is to ignore the spurious and in case of actual, it should flip actually.
Yes, yes.
So in actual, by any chance, the temperature has gone 16 degrees per second?
No, it will not go unless some explosion is there.
Even at that case, actually, even I had this doubt before, I just taken some domain experts.
Yeah.
So they have just concluded 10 degrees is more than sufficient, not more at any point of time. The metal to metal is getting touched by heating or something. In a second, it cannot go more than 10 degrees. That's the point actually. So beyond 10 is spurious. So we have to omit that protection. So below 10 is there are chances 99% it can go. So that case we get 10 actually. So
we have taken 16 degrees.
So that my point is, if you keep 16.
It's not really, standard is not there.
Okay.
It's our assumption that it will not rise more than 16 degrees for any flow.
Thank you.
So the second question to BDPS is from Mr. Arvind Kumar from Digital Power. The topic is on an intelligent thermal plant operation. Why do you want to change the IP of PLC using Modbus communication nodes?
This is regarding IP. If you make subnet mask different, then communication cannot happen from different control systems. To make it IP address on a common platform, we have to change the IP address of all control systems. Say a particular series and a subnet mask. That is why we have actually changed the PLC's IP address itself. And these sets we will not change anything. And we have taken 182.168 series so that all the control systems come to one platform, one series. Then we have exchanged the data through Modbus TCP IP. And we have installed rolling Modbus TCP IP gateway.
Sir, the third question is from Mr. Sarvaraj from Meenakshi Energy. The topic is online GCV monitoring. What are the challenges faced during GCV online monitoring system installation and what is the better name?
So online GCV monitor is imported one from Australia. So basically it's a radioactive source inside the measurement and it will measure ash and moisture, percentage of ash and moisture. Then it will deduct from 100%, so it will give GCV value. So it's like when you're driving a vehicle, this kilometer per hour in odometer reading, this is instantaneous kilometer per hour. But actually during GPS map, it will show some kilometer per hour. But actually, that is actual distance covered per second from past history. Now we have covered 100 kilometers per hour. Actual reading is it will show in maps. But actually, in our vehicle, odometer is instantaneous value. So the real value is calculated from GPS. And the instantaneous value is 100 kilometers per hour. We may not reach. So online analyzer is like this one, odometer. And what we have developed through ML algorithm is like map, what actual calling of. So this is the result we have calculated using regression method by calculating heat rate with GCV and physical consumption through furnace heat balance and losses method. Is it clear or not?
Sir, another question for you. It's the topic intelligent thermal power point operation, decision support system. How accurate the GCV model is working and are there any challenges faced?
Yeah, it's a very good question. So the calculation of quality of coal is through regression method is correct. But when you analyze the coal flow into the furnace through bunker, so actually we have created 3 meters zones, up to 8 zones are there. So the coal flow happens, it will not happen instantaneously from one layer to another layer. If one layer is there, it comes to 0.5 meters down. Here it is there. Another quality coal is also through center only it is going. So for some time, maybe 20 to 40 minutes, both coal will mix together and they will go into furnace. So during those time, our load prediction or this one may result in error. So for only 20 to 40 minutes, it may not give correct result. But if you take overall 1 day performance, so it will get better accuracy. Hope we clear now.
Sir, the next question also to BTPS. Any challenges faced in GPS tracking of SCRs?
Okay, this is during power supply challenges we have faced. Apart from that, we have not faced any challenges in GPS position. Basically, we have mapped to
through GPS it will give the coordinates. So we have a tracker is there and 6 bays are there. So whenever we have placed the GPS sensor on the boom, starter boom. So boom will be LT is there, lock travel is there, boom is there, and sleeve is there. So depending on this boom position, coordinates will be, we will map these zone coordinates to Bay A, C, B, C, D, E, F. Like that we have mapped the coordinates. So this coordinate will be sent to control system via Modbus TCP IP. We have used Raspberry Pi also. And through Modbus TCP IP we will go to control system. From there control system we are taking the values to the DCS and we will do the calculation.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
The next question is from Mr. Stephen Miller to JSW. The topic is oil leak in turbine JV. So, can you explain more about this?
So earlier we have faced the oil leakages in the servo valve JVs, which is accumulating, and then again it is dropping to the insulation and going to the hot surface of the turbine, which is causing fire. So to prevent this fire, we have installed the proximity sensor in the JV itself. So whenever there is minor leakage from the servo valve or the dump valve, the oil get accumulated in the JV lower portion, and the sensor get detected and alarm is assigned to the DCS system. So operator can see the alarm or the value, the color changes in the system, startup is. So he can go and check physically that oil leakage is there or not. So if it is a oil leak, so we can take precautionary action to prevent the oil leaks.
Actually, this oil leak we are facing in which zone basically in turbine?
In the JVs of the IB, BBs, governing valves in which the JVs are installed for the servo valves.
No, actually we do have this oil leak issue. Basically, we face this oil leak in the thermocouples of the bearings. So through the thermocouples, the oil needs to travel to the JV. And we do have the same problem, that's why I just asked this question. We tried a lot of options, somehow we can't able to mitigate the problem. In my old organization from Reliance, actually, we tried with some seals, actually, thermocouple seals have been put up and that has rectified the problem. But here in Island FS, there is an oil leak, but it's quite minimal. What we did is we put a tray actually below the JV. So from each leaks, we used to see the droplets falling. So it seems like maybe in a month of 3 years, suppose, we can see hardly some 250 ml, let's say. So in a year, we can see around 2 to 3 liters. So that's it actually. But to put level switch and monitor is something like this alerting actually. So that's why I want to see what's really happening. Like we are not facing any other issues apart from this thermocouple. But you're taking somewhere from the servos and also that's it.
Actually, in covering all GB, IB, the product 10 numbers are there. So the OEM is provided JV covers. Okay. So covering all JV ports, PV and IBC. They are providing all these things. There our servo load wall is there and mechanical dump wall is there. So most of the time the O-ring failure is there. So that earlier times it has happened leak when identifies start the smoke because express is there. So smoke and after that very much of heavy smoke is coming and that moment we have to shut down your unit or every leak. So effort for that one we have taken the solution this one.
तो ये तो मुझे उसका खराब दिखता बढ़िया तो कहाँ दिखता है ये तो जरा बहुत छोड़ा
Thank you.
जरा हटो तब तक काढ़ा काढ़ा
So, the next question is for SEI OST. So, it's from Mr. Vikas. The topic is SEI digital tools. which software languages are used to create all software tools and how software interfaces with data diagrams.
शकील भाई जरा बैठ जाओ हम कुछ आया है
That is Raji Technology, that is this platform. They have taken the outside small also. You can visit there. That is platform is the Raji Technology platform. Then the data, that whatever data, this year data we are getting in this software is coming in data type. You know.
Any follow-up questions do you have? Okay. So the next question is from Mr. Shivram to NTPS on OT cybersecurity. How frequently patch updation is carried out? What is a disaster plan? And how much time it takes to recover the system? What is the disaster recovery plan and how much time it takes to recover the system?
First question, sir. Repeat, sir.
How frequently patch updation is carried out?
Sir, OS patch updation once every 3 months, sir. Actually, DHL has to send a tested update. We can actually download from Microsoft website, but what the OEM will do is they'll download and they'll have a test setup. So they will install and see whether there's no problem to that HMI or SCADA software. Then they'll send the quarterly updates in the CD. That will install using WSUs. Suppose if your OEM is not providing, then we can download from internet and then update 1 or 2 PCs in the network, and everything is okay, then we can update the rest. Next one.
Next is, what is a disaster recovery plan?
The disaster recovery plan is like, at present we have 2 network at our storage, like I said. One is a DCS network, other one is physically separated in the admin building. So we have one cable which will keep removed. Every week or so we connect it and then back up main NAS to secondary NAS. Snapshot will replicate to the secondary NAS. And then one more disaster recovery site, it is under progress, it is not completed. We have a plant at Uttar Pradesh. We are speaking with them for our backups. We are planning to push it there, and their backups we are planning to keep it here as a DR center.
And sir, how much time it takes to recover the system?
If you have an image backup, we can restore in less than full image backup. If you have, we can restore less than 2 hours.
And one system. Shivram, do you have any follow-up questions?
అదే చెప్పేసి డౌట్ అయిపోవాలి వతల మళ్ళీ
సార్ దగ్గర తీసుకెళ్ళతే
అదే పైసలు పిల్లలే వాళ్ళు బతుకున్నా ఓహో ఎట్లనే
Microsoft. Okay. See, you are using DCS VHF. My DCS is Schneider. So, through Schneider also we are installed because Schneider has made some more tests and after they will release it. So, same like you are using same like
Yes, yes, sir. That's what I said. DHL will send us quarterly updates in the CD. So, that will be installed.
Thank you. The next question is to Postmaster. It's on CO analysis. Is there any CO analysis to be installed in first pass or boiler? The furnace outlet.
Hi, what is the temperature at the furnace outlet? It could be around 600 to 800 degrees Celsius. And we suggest to install this CO analyzer at the at the outlet or the before APH inlet where the temperature is in the range of 330 to 350 degrees Celsius. Because our CO works on infrared absorption gas filter correlation technique, and the furnace temperature is 600 to 800 degrees Celsius will not work for such a high temperature. So we will suggest to install CO at the APH inlet location.
Next question is from Srinivas to postmaster again. Vibration. Do we have a 420 milliamp vibration sensor for motors apart from Wi-Fi and Bluetooth, which can be directly hooked to DCS?
Okay, so 420 milliampere, this sensor is different and wireless sensor is different. So 420 milliampere is available. But the diagnosis is not given.
So thank you so much. We sincerely thank all our participating organizations, speakers, technical experts, and also vendor partners who've been a part and parcel of this C&I Connect 2026, hosted by Seil. So first of all, thank you so much for contributing to the event, for your time, for your presence, for having a lot of patience throughout the event. Thank you. It was very much fruitful having you here, because all the discussions, all the insights that you have been giving up and the knowledge sharing that you have been giving since morning was definitely a blast. So thank you. Yes, we are done with our technical and for what we have been gathered here. So that purpose for today, for now, is all ended. So we are going to start the gala dinner, and but before that, we have token of gratitude for our valued vendors who have been really supporting us, who have been the game changers. And may I call upon Rajshekar Garu onto the stage to give away the first set of award for the token of gratitude. Can we have Siemens Energy India Limited, Ashish and onto the stage, please? Whenever we call it, you have a team, right? Please come on with the team. Yeah. Make some noise, absolute. Thank you for your time. Thank you for traveling so long for, I know how important this C&I is to you. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you, Rashid sir. Next, I call upon the head of HSE from Seil, Desigan sir, to present the next token of gratitude to Dr. Abhishek Goyal, EIP and Europe. So can we have you on the stage, please? Yes, a huge round of applause to Dr. Abhishek Goyal. On behalf of Seil, token of gratitude, thank you for being here. Yes, and as we conclude, this conference was definitely a meaningful platform for us to collaborate, innovate, and continuous improvement that we have been sharing, and for this strong and professional network that we are going to collaborate with. It's an absolute honor to have all the Southern thermal power, organizations at the same place, it's so festive. Thank you. I think we have done with the technicalities and but yes, we would love to see you all getting some space for you and some time for you to relax and come back to the same venue as we will be hosting the gala dinner. We have few artists who will be entertaining us throughout the event, and hope you can have in your networking dinner and plus the cocktail. So please kindly request you to please, have some time for yourself, and see you back soon. Thank you. That's all for this evening. We will still be stay tuned when we gala dinner. After then tomorrow we have another spectacular day. And until then, this is our mission was I love you guys. Thank you.
காணலாம் ஐயா லைவ் காணலாம் கூட்டாண்டியோ